laying in bed, and she's like, and then you grab my wig, and then you whisper in my ear, right? You go in the right ear, and I'm like, oh, girl, yeah. While he's giving you that stroke, yeah, that's not nice. That's manipulation. I agree, girl.
Wake up with your hand on my neck and a hand on the frontal, and you was telling me shit. I want to marry you. I want to change your life. I want you to get a life insurance policy on me because I'm running these streets real stupid. That's what I heard you say. Hit you like this here. Mine, leg up. One arm on neck, one arm on frontal. Your frontal off. Then 3 days later, you in front of his mom's house crying. He asking you why you being weird. Why you being weird to me? Your business.
Killa, have you ever been dickmatized?
No, I've never been dick whipped. I've been dick drunk.
Your whole entire span.
I don't really do that. I don't have an addictive personality. You know? I don't need you. Let welfare feed you.
Well, for some of us, it took a while to learn that lesson. Hey guys, welcome to another week's episode of EFP Eat Fruit Pod. I'm your girl Kay.
I'm your girl Killa. 4 A's to you.
And how was your week, Killa? I'm so silly. I had to start the show off with that.
Yeah, well needed, very well needed. That was actually so appropriate. This week I've just been playing around with bleach and just being happy as a creative nerd. That's everything to me. So I was just in my little la la land. How about you?
I feel like I notice around this time when it's kind of like pre our birthday season, guys, just in case so you know, both Killa and I are Libras, is that like we kind of go into this lock-in mode pre to our birthdays. And I feel like low-key, even though you're saying creative mode, I feel like that's what's happening with you. And for our birthdays, we go into this like reflection, quiet, hibernation kind of like you're just being like refocusing, looking at things that maybe passed.
I usually do that right before my birthday. There's very little lead up these days. I'm just kind of just like, because I'm going with the wind. I'm just like, something good is going to happen for my birthday, like it always does. And I'm just either going to leave my suitcase out, or I'm going to round up some bathing suits, or I'm going to, I don't know, buy a certain wig from like a Black woman or something like, I'm doing something like that as act of faith. And by the time Thanksgiving rolls around, there's going to be a whole plan that just materialized magically. And then that's birthday season right there.
All right. So my week was eventful, but good. I do want to reiterate again before we go any further, like Killa, prayers still out to Afghanistan and Haiti. Like that has not changed. Because I see the news trying to like low-key just kind of skimmed over, but like for me that has definitely not changed. So
I find it crazy that it seems like they're skimming over maybe Haiti possibly. Afghanistan seems like the block is getting hotter than hot. Like, and once again, I'm saying what's going on? Like Americans, you're not heroes. You're not. Sorry, American government. I'm not trying to talk to the people because the people are subjected to the same thing that everybody else is subjected to, but like them government boys, nah, man, you're not it.
And there's way too many like videos with like, I'm seeing young children, like it's just heartbreaking all around. So prayers still up to that.
Prayers, but also like really good faith. Because in situations like that, like that's where you just expect God to show up and save his people. But like, that's the time for his people to turn around and like have faith without a shadow of a doubt past what's happening. And that's a lot to look past.
Sometimes you just have to curve a thing, you know?
So other than that, my week has been, as I said, good, eventful, but like kind of busy, but great. I was like, the week kind of went by really fast. I felt like because we went out to the fashion show, did all of that. And then during the week, it just felt like it was a blur. Like there was so much work. And then I looked up and it was Friday. And then like now it's Monday. And I'm like, oh my God, like it's just kind of zipping by. But yeah, a lot of things to come. So excited for that. And yeah, I'm eating fruit, minding my business. Eat fruit and mind your business. I want to ask you, so we'll get into our pineapple fruit for this week. So Killa, I want to actually follow up with you. I know a while back, a couple of episodes, you did have a gig that you shared with us with Caffrey, and you're discussing like, you know, the whole bitch better have my money situation. Did you have like any follow-up? Because I did see on Instagram, love the little snippet that you gave, like just two amazing people like working and doing their thing effortlessly. So was there any follow-up to that situation?
The follow-up is that it's unfortunate that you hire people to do a job for you and you don't realize like how much they're going to represent you. That was for an Appleton rum commercial. And yeah, my homie, who happens to be my mentor, invited me in to do my job because he knows who I am and he knows how much experience I come with. And it was 4 A's to you, 4 fucking A's. Yeah, like it just ended up being a bittersweet situation where I did have to have a bitch up on the West Side fucking highway. Like I did have to be that nigga. I didn't have to be that nigga. Actually, I had to take on a car full of people in order to get an email to say, well, hey, we're gonna follow up on why you haven't been paid yet or why you haven't been provided an emailed link for your money so that you can claim it. And my issue is that I knew I was gonna have to go through it. Like, you know, you catch it early and you're just like, well, this is gonna have to play out in order for it to play out the way I need it to play out.
Yeah.
And like, I've been kind of sitting with it because it's also, it goes along with what we were talking about last week. Like all of these little things sit on me on like, I don't put a shitty foot forward on most cases or most scenarios. Like Caffrey posted that little snippet and I looked at that and like, if you hear the snippet, you can hear the director in the background talking to us. We're on set.
That needed to be.
But like we're on set, that's normal. That's what a director does. Everything is breezy. But like, I really looked at that and had to take in that I'm a really old vet. Like I'm an old professional. And Caffrey calling me and saying, yo, come put in that work. Ain't nothing for me to do. So I went and I just did it. And I saw the video and I was just like, I literally had to Kanye a Taylor Swift speech. I had to say, nah. Like I get what you're trying to say, my dude, but Beyonce shit is the shit for the year. And then I had to stop and say, I'm Beyonce.
Yeah.
I'm not like, there's certain things I'm not going to accept right now based off the fact that I've been dealing with like the worst personal, professional case scenario that this person could give me. She put her worst foot forward. Yeah. So we went through the whole rigmarole. I let everybody know that this shit was irrelevant. Like I need my money. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what bothers me. Is that I come out, I do my job, and then I have to turn around and maybe tie my do-rag up a little fucking different so that I can come for your face. I'm not someone that likes to come for it.
You're looking mighty saucy today, might I add.
You know, it's a little fuckboy energy. But yeah, like it ended up being a very bittersweet situation. And once again, I had to thug it out to get what I deserved. And yeah, I picked up my dignity and did it. But it was annoying. And like what I've been toiling with is always like God sitting here saying, why do you care when I clearly worked it out for you to be and have the best of everything at in the end? You know what I mean? Like as much as I think I seared somebody's neck back off or I filleted somebody's face, like if God said, nah, that's not happening, I would have never had the opportunity to. I got hurt. I refused to take the shit I didn't want to take. And I only accepted the things that I would. So for me, like God's like, what more do you need? You know what I mean? Yeah, you have to deal with that unsavory behavior, but like at the end, who pulled through for you and who ended up getting everything they wanted and still came off the phone without being angry, ate a snack, and like watched some anime. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's what I have to look at, even with that whole Mean Girl situation that we spoke of last week. It's just like, I'm set up nice, and I really need to put more emphasis on the fact that God has me set up a certain type of way. And like, don't worry about who's not ready to receive their blessings. That's none of my business or my concern. Just really focus on the position that God keeps putting me in and like keeping me in. So yeah, that's the long story short for Killa getting paid. But I told her, do not be the reason my money stops on the way to me through you.
Facts.
I talk rap lyrics.
You did.
Get like me.
You did.
I gave you warning.
You did.
God bless.
So, respectfully, remember the other day I was showing you a post that was on a blog site. Shout outs to the Neighborhood Talk and Kyle. You guys do, your entire team and staff do an amazing job on your blog. Now, they posted a post about Sha'Carri Richardson, and she was in the chair with the afro. It's a cute little reel. She was looking like, I love the afro, and then she snapped to the lace front look, and like, she was, you know, she is letting bitches know she was bad. She was ready. She was about that. So, you know, I'm just on social media. So on social media, you do comment and like things, right? So I commented and I said, you know, rooting for you, sis, but we still winning. And I put, you know, the Jamaican flag, right? And, you know, a lot of people, majority, I will say, was like, yes, liking my comment. But there are a couple of people that were definitely coming for my neck and calling me a hater. And I was like, I'm not hating, I'm rooting for sis. But you see, my country that I come from, eat fruit and mind your business. This little place called Jamaica. It's just like, I tweeted and I said, yo, I eat yellow yam for breakfast. We are not the same. Okay. So respectfully, so Jamaica, the women's 100 meter, I believe it was a 1-2-3 situation once again. So congratulations to all of you gorgeous queens.
Walk like a champion, talk like a champion. Yes. So I saw that comment and I fully replied, because I was just like, Jamaica was bad for reason. And that to me, like, I don't think, if you don't know about Jamaica, you don't know that we're more patriotic than any other country you could ever
than any other.
But also, because we're the only ones with our own colors, we don't bleed anything but green, gold, and black. Like, you're not gonna get anything else. I remember when I worked at RBC, there was a girl and she was Italian, and she was like, you know, I just feel like people think that Jamaicans are really cool and like they influence a lot of people, and a lot of people act or want to act or be like Jamaicans. And then you talk to a Jamaican and the only thing a Jamaican wants to be is Jamaican. And she said, I was like, facts only. Facts only. So when they were coming for you, I was just like, we have reason for bossy, you know. We have our own type of music. We make the food anywhere you go. You can go find a jerk chicken. We are everywhere. We have more than one type of music. Can you imagine that? More than one type of music came out of Jamaica. Okay? Like, and then on top of it, we now have this track and field program that's pumping out monsters. None of y'all fucking being able to touch. Like, you guys have like acres and acreages and acreages and acreages of facilities to help you with things. And like, we can fit all of Jamaica in a corner of one of those acreages of acreages. And we're feeling real fucking good about ourselves, that like we don't have to follow behind nobody, because the legacy that we make is just like, it sticks. You know,
and we never want to. Sorry.
Right. And like,
sorry, guys.
I don't think people really took that in, that like you weren't dissing Sha'Carri. You were like, love you, girl, but me and my Jamaicanness and the Jamaicanness of the Jamaican.
It will prevail. I'm sorry. Like, and like, yo, like, honestly, and I was all feeling bad. I was like, yo, people are going to think I was coming for this little girl. And I really wasn't. And so then the race came, right? And the ting went, right?
kaboom, kaboom, kaboom.
It went kaboom?
Because that's how they came out the gates. They just said, fuck all y'all niggas. We out.
She said, all right, let me see. All right, time to go. And then they were gone. And then at the very back, which is okay, because as someone from Toronto on the east side, being a part of things like Birchmount Day, shout out to all, or going to Birchmount, right? Where you compete against all the other schools and you get your ribbons and your things. And I've seen all the things. I've seen mans mid-race hold up their leg because they realize they're about to lose. So they're pretending like they got a leg spasm. We've seen all the antics, all the JanSport backpacks, all the iPods that were the gray, like all of it. So like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But Sha'Carri, last place, I don't know, sis. I don't know. Like the way mans are coming for me now, I feel like I had to be like, yo, respectfully so. Like, so anyways, moving forward, she did talk with some media people afterwards. And it was a bit spicy, you know, how she was speaking with the cameraman. But through purposely analyzing and accurately analyzing this video, I did notice her speech started to change. I feel like when she noticed the 1, 2, 3 walking her way, and she got extra loud. Now, it's competitive, I get it, sis, but let me tell you, as someone from Jamaican heritage, around Jamaican girls, especially when they don't like you, even worse if you're not from there and you're in our country, you're not gonna win that one, sis. You're not gonna. Like that energy, it's not. Jamaican girl rudeness for me is on a whole nother, not to say we're the rudest of the bunch, it's just for stage people or people that are not from there, you see how people would describe their experience going to like Jamaican foods or whatever. Not to say it's not nothing, but we just kind of know how to deal with it, order our food and move out. Like, I can only imagine just over analyzing the situation, what Sha'Carri must have been feeling being around all them Jamaican things that were not like, I don't want to say not for her, but it was a competitive space. So like, you're already feeling like, yo, I viral on Twitter, like this ain't nothing, like I'm Sha'Carri, like, you know what I mean? And then Jamaican things, how we do and how they are. It's not an outwardly rudeness, but you know, certain mannerisms or like, even the way how they were walking by, they weren't even saying shit. They were just walking by laughing like, we just won. And it was still like a...
Well, I mean, I feel like that whole situation was set up to be it was never not going to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, Sha'Carri's young, and I'm happy for the lesson that she learned as somebody that I really believe is a champion. Like
we haven't forgot that.
Right. Like I'll put Jamaica to the side for that in itself. That is almost a case study at this point, the way Jamaica is just dominating the game. So like we can put that aside. For Sha'Carri, she's a young girl, and I believe she's a champion. I seen it in her. I do see it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad she caught those lumps. I'm glad you caught those lumps as a very young woman who's super talented, but you've seen what happens when hard work comes in and talent don't work. Doesn't matter how talented you are. Those women put discipline and humility behind their movements and came in 1, 2, 3, and they're dominating. Now, as for Sha'Carri, I feel as though she's being hyped up right now because she's like the best thing since sliced bread. Right now, she's on a real media hype. Media's clamoring for her, and everybody kind of wants her story. And I do feel like she's being hyped. That's yet another situation where it's like, who is around you? Who's around you for you to say, baby girl, you don't got time to do these type of videos. If I don't know any other competition before this that you were doing these type of videos, so maybe you should not do that and wait till after. You know what I mean? Like nobody reminded her to focus because like the limelight caught everybody, including people around her.
Yeah.
And I'm
you're in
happy.
Nike commercials. You're with Kanye and that, like, it's a lot.
Like, get your bread up, babe. I love it.
It's a lot.
But And like, to me, like she didn't even really have to like cross the Jamaicans at that point because she caught what we call bun. You know what I'm saying? She caught the bun
And
at that
cheese.
point.
And cheese.
And the cheese. And then somebody still gave her cola champagne after. But why? Why did you do that to her? Why you just leave her without the cola champagne? You didn't give her cola champagne because she's in Jamaica? Anyways, you know what I mean? I feel like she caught a good lesson, and I do believe she's a champion. And if that being said, I say that she has the mindset to like come back way stronger, and that makes me happy that it happened. Because as much as Jamaica is dominating, it's going to be boring to look around and be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like just for the elevation of the sport and the fact that Black women are dominating it, I kind of hope she takes this little cute box that she caught and like she comes back serious.
It's just different. Like I remember when they were trying to accuse Usain Bolt of taking drugs and steroids, and his mom was like, "Yo, a cassava," and then think that like it's just different. Like it's different what we, and that's why I was like, it's no shade to her because I fuck with her story. But when it comes to the sport, like that's us every time. Man, every time, like it's embedded like in the yellow yam, the cassava, the okra, all of it. Like it's just
straight. And even for me, like, it's not even about the sport, it's about Jamaica. For some reason, like we thrive. We're survivors, but we thrive. Like there's something about the way we were raised and made, like we were made savage. And there's something about that. We don't ask for permission the same way that other people ask for permission. We're just like, we're there. This is what we're gonna do. Of course. And I don't ever see Jamaicans like surprised at themselves. We're never surprised at our intellect. We're never surprised at our creative capacity. We're never surprised at our agricultural capacity. We're never surprised at our good looks. We're never surprised about our gifts. We're never surprised. We're always like, I don't know, this is who we are, yeah?
And now, like, kind of even reflecting on like ways that, you know, I might have been raised by family members. It was always, you can do it, rise up. Like, and that for them, I know that speech comes from somewhere previous also for them. You know what I mean? And it's always been like, I know at somewhere along the line, like even how you spoke on previously with your parent and like modeling and stuff, it was never a question of like any room for you to be like, I don't think I can model or do this. It was like, you can do it. And that's the nature. Like anything that we really decide to do and we put forth to it, it forever flourishes. Forever flourishes. Yeah, so that was beautiful. And still shout out to you, Sha'Carri, because you are young. You are going to get heated. You are going to feel away. Your nails are done. Your lace is popping. Bitches are preying you. You're like, don't mean nothing. And unfortunately, she did withdraw, I believe, from the other race. She didn't even bother to go. So there we are with that. But shout outs to all of our three ladies, Shelly Ann, Fontaine, all of you ladies. And yeah, like keep doing your thing. We support you. We love you, and keep repping.
One last point though, ladies, I love how acquainted with winning you are. People like reporters came for your face, and granted, you've been trained to understand that they were coming for your face, and they're like, "And what do you think about Sha'Carri coming in last?" And they're like, you know what? I wish her the best. You know, I hope she comes back strong. That's my comment. I have no more comment. And it's like, to me, I look at that and you could have been like, even, but you're just like, no, so.
Yeah, like, know how they're going to.
We took our shit seriously. Yes, we did win. But you know what? Like, that's not cute. So I'm hoping the best for her in that future. And that's like, those are the signs of somebody that's used to being a winner.
Period. And speaking of winning, Beyonce and Jay-Z, it's kind of been bubbling in the news, but finally we got some more images and a little snippet of video released of Beyonce and Jay-Z's 2021 Tiffany and Co campaign. And
okay.
Eat fruit and mind your business. It is giving. Like there's so many layers. Killa, if you just quickly want to go on the Downtown World Instagram as we're talking, and I'll definitely like just share my side of it. But like they looked immaculate. And And it's so beautiful because Beyonce is now the 4th woman ever in the entire existence of this yellow stone that Tiffany has to have ever worn this piece of jewelry. And as well, she is the first Black woman to have ever worn this piece of jewelry. And just as someone that, I understand niggas say, oh, they're about the jewelry game or whatever, but really starting to learn about like how this world kind of works and the statuses and everything that kind of like comes along with that. Meaning like there's certain jewelry, you can't just walk into Harry Winston or Tiffany or whatever and just buy that. Like they have to give you permission to certain levels of jewelry to be like, okay, you're in this bracket now, you're able to purchase this or wear this. Like serious things. Best reference I can think of for all my girl chick flick lovers out there, Princess Diaries. When Princess Diaries one, when the queen or her grandmother takes her into that jewelry room, and when she finally is becoming a queen and lets her choose one of the, like, there's levels to this jewelry game. You can't just, you know, so that is huge, right? And did you have a chance to peek at it?
My internet's not.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it's fire.
Yeah, so let me be as descriptive as I can for you then. And if I send it, yeah, so basically, like, they just look immaculate. Jig is looking like Basquiat. They have a Basquiat in the background. And like the Basquiat that they're showcasing in the background is like, the background of the Basquiat is like the same like Tiffany blue. And like Beyonce standing up wearing this elite yellow stone, looking like a Black Audrey Hepburn, but Beyonce. And like, they're by the grand piano and like just couture, like it just regal and like kings and queens as we are. And I was just like, yes, yes, yes. Like, I hope I broke it down enough where it's just niggas understand the layers. Like they're standing in front of a probably like multi-million-dollar fucking Basquiat. And it's Tiffany blue. And it's Beyonce and Jigga. And Jigga now looks like Basquiat. And like, it's two Black, like, fucking leaders.
Yeah.
Repping and Tiffany and Co. acknowledging all the bread that we've given them. And don't be lying, you know, niggas, like the amount of fucking Tiffany studs I had to fit all my piercings when it was off of an Arden's ting and felt like mans were getting a little change, we wanted to up the ting, like, yeah, so like it was just really beautiful and congratulations to them and I'm excited. And you know, God is going to bless my bag, is going to bless all of our bags that we are able to invest either in the stocks or repping the jewelry, and we're going to invest and support Tiffany and Co. even more now than ever, because in my opinion, like, as you've seen, Jigga's talked about it, we heard about blood diamonds, all that thing. So when you can finally find a jewelry company or somewhere that does it properly, like it's a whole nother conversation, but there's a reason why certain mans go to Pristine Jewelers, or for Toronto, I guess it would be like Kalani and like stuff like that, because like you want that real shit. I don't want that slave shit. Like I want that, you know what I mean? There's certain, it's a whole game, but yes, that was my nerd talk for that. Congratulations to you guys, everyone involved. Looked fucking amazing. I think the line or the full ad drops like September 15th. So excited to see that.
On the side note though, we are not encouraging you to go fuck with Tiffany's.
For real?
Just because they put Jay-Z and Beyonce on there. We love that they did that, but we're always going to remember a corporation is a corporation. And that they do need your hard-earned coin more than they want to realize. So they needed to put Beyonce and Jay-Z, the archetype for the Black family, the modern Black family. They had to put that out there.
That is true.
And kudos for actually knowing that your margins and your numbers do include Black people. So yeah, we'll definitely support that, but I'm never trusting no white man's corporation. Man.
Listen, so moving forward, as we know, there's always kind of been this like Kanye Drake kind of like riffraff going on, and it's went up. Whoops, it's went up to a whole nother level, a whole nother echelon. Okay, Kanye recently. Well, I'll be fair. Drizzy, um, Drizzy, recently had a feature on Trippie Redd's new album that dropped. And I'm just gonna read like more context of the verse because I know a lot of you guys that listen, you're not really like a music hip hop like connoisseur lover like myself. So like how I'll be breaking down bars, like it could go through one ear and out the other. So I'm gonna try to just make it make sense, but I needed to kind of stretch out this verse because the way how Drizzy writes his verses is, yeah, the stinger of this is just me as a Drake fan, but what I'm realizing when I listen to verses of him, the stinger, yeah, it's there, the obvious precursor, but when you reel it back a couple of bars, like he was setting up the play, and he was hitting it like he is the king, in my opinion, of petty and sneak. Like he's like, and he's so good at it. He is amazing at it in the craft and the art of like wordplay and writing. So the Dre said the verse that part of the verse that Drizzy is apparently taking shots at Kanye is headshot Drizzy, man, you know the aim. Niggas praying that I spare him like a bowling lane. Yeah, like Mike, Caroline, sporty flow. I done it all. It's like I'm shoddy low. All these fools I'm beefing with that I barely know. 45, 44, burned out, let it go. Yay, ain't changing shit for me. It's set in stone. Rolling stones, heavy stones, pink grills, precious stone, let me make my presence known. End of that verse. So what I took from that is just like this whole anticipation of like when Certified Lover Boy is dropping, and then like versus Donda been supposed to drop, but now mans are trying to like be like, yo, he's low-key trying to hold it out to drop and kind of fuck with Drizzy's drop, right? So Drizzy's saying that it's just kind of like, okay, he's letting you know that doesn't fuck with like what I going on, trying to nigga shit, which I'm here for. Okay. Yeah. But then proceeding now to Kanye, he shared on Instagram that he created a chat group and he added Pusha T in it. Young Blue was in there, Drake was in there, I forgot who else was in there. And basically it was like a Joker image. And then something along the lines of basically like, oh, you done started shit now, like it's turning up, like you played yourself, like you did it to yourself type energy. I'm already kind of annoyed, but I'll keep those personal opinions to myself. But now Kanye has shared, he shared in a post and delete Drizzy's address, which like we're from Toronto, so it's not like no shocker to us like where he's staying, right? But like Kanye West, billionaire, sharing almost billionaire, I think, Drake's address with like the world and then deleting it. Like, and as I tweeted, if there's two things that Toronto niggas do not play with is where they fucking live and their gubby. And that's where I'll say that. So I hope I gave enough of a rundown, Killa, that you could like, what do you make of that? Like, am I reading too much? But like, he shared the man's address and I'm like,
I think there's two things. One, everybody needs to remember that Drake is a performance arts kid and started off an actor. Number two, beef sells hip hop albums, 100%. I can't take beef seriously anymore because it always pops out around an album. It did it for Daytona. I did it for fucking him and 50 did it as well when they were dropping their albums together. I love it. I love watching it, but like at the end of the day, like I just don't see that not crossing Drizzy first. Like I just feel like this is, and they do tend to go too far, the two of them. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing new. I just feel like hip hop loves a good beef to buy album. Be for sale.
And I feel like, but these are two humongous, like, top 5, you know, right now currently in the game. And it's like, in terms of just artistry, and it's like both of y'all could drop an album and not tell nobody on some like Kendrick Lamar shit, and it would hit, it would buzz. So it's just like, it's frustrating and annoying to me because one, we're having to give now attention to niggas that have way more bread than we got, and they're just doing like, I don't want to say some dumb shit, but just some shit where I'm like, nigga, where's the music?
Yeah.
The music. Okay? The music. And I know it's part of the things and the rollouts and whatever, but we'll see how it plays out. But, you know, guaranteed the pettiness now for sure is going to continue after like seeing that. Drizzy posted a video riding through the city. It looked like he was on the Gardner Express or some shit. And he was just laughing. It looked like some expensive car that maybe I can't even pronounce at this juncture. And he was just ha 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 laughing like, nigga, like, you know what I mean? And yeah, I guess Kanye didn't hear about that woman that was already camping out of Drake's, and she tried to pull up, and the security let her know, like, we are here. We are here.
Yeah, I just feel like this is a whole little cute like marketing campaign. It's cute.
It's not cute.
I mean,
you're going through a divorce from Kim Kardashian.
They're best friends now. I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe there's a I was thinking, like, is there a rekindling kind of happening there?
Don't hold back to her. Just like figure out yourself as a billionaire black man and take care of your beautiful babies and call it a day.
There we go.
If I would break for some numbers, sure, why not? But like when you take it in, like there's nothing new under the sun. What's gonna keep these releases in the media longer? Like you're gonna need that tension building up, or else it's just whatever. It's just like, oh, these niggas are dropping another album. Yeah, cool. You know what I mean? Like it needs it needs something to hold on to.
That is true. Makes a lot of sense. Well, speaking of breakups and like divorce and shit like that, you know, I know Killa, you kind of want to talk on this, Amber Rose, shit that unfortunately a lot of us that have been in relationships with our partners have experienced is is just that, which is
the mess.
Which is, niggas just doing what they do. And unfortunately, like, I'm not surprised, but I'm sorry that you had to be going through this and having a whole you with this man to go through this. So Amber Rose posted, basically, I'm not reading it all, I'm sorry. But it was just basically her just revealing that, you know, AE has been, her baby father has been cheating on her, and like, the number of women and Ray, and he pretty much came out and was like, this is who I am, I'm a nigga, take me as I am, love me, baby. And she was like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah, that's what actually got me like, what the F, is when he's like, I mean, I am who I am, I love women. And I'm just like, what the heck, dog, really? That's all you have to say? And it got me thinking, like, how did you learn how to deal with fuckboys? Like, how did you learn to detect fuckboys? And that's just me asking every woman and asking myself while I'm watching her in that situation where it's almost like she has to realize after the fact where she is and that it's time to choose herself. And where do you start like trusting your boundaries, or where do you build your boundaries for the narcissists and for the fuckboys? And for the traumatized parties that wanna bring the free radicals into your life. You know what I mean? Like, is it always gonna be something in the back end when you're like, yo, I can't take anymore? Because you know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, the other thing you kept bringing up was like, oh, well, she just had enough. She was done. It's like when you get to the point where you're done, you're not just done because you're done because you've taken too much. You know what I'm saying? So like, where do you get to that point where you recognize what this person is and you're okay with the truth of it? Like you accept the truth of it. Not saying you're accepting that person, you accept the truth of it for it being the truth. And then you get to that point where like, you're done. What's that in between look like? And I know it was like a 7-year relationship, but she also made this comment.
Was that long?
I could be wrong. When I was reading it,
time is flying by. Yeah.
I could be wrong. There were bare numbers there. I left my glasses at my friend's house. I could very well be wrong.
Yeah.
But like, I did think there was a longer relationship than most people realized going on.
Yeah.
It's just like that's a lot of time to just be at the end of it after a baby to just say, you know what, I'm just done because I have to be done. But she had a comment and it was, I just basically like I just wanted my husband at this point. And it kind of made me look, and it's like, okay, so you have your slut walk, you've been doing all these things in the media for years and years and years, and like that bitch is performative as fuck. Even the way that she decided to release it on Instagram is performative as fuck. But that little statement, there was so much earnesty and so much truth, is that at the end of the day, she wants to be a woman for a man. Like she does actually want to submit to her one own husband and have him love her like he loves his own body.
And that is something I'll say I realized with Amber Rose over time. And I was feeling that energy when she like finally revealed to the public that she was with this dude, was that like she seemed like she was in a really different space. She was in a more like mature space and like just ready to like be that person for like that person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was rooting for them because I really, as most women do, we're quiet, or, we're not really saying what's happening. So I was really feeling like, yeah, she's finally like, but you can't judge a book by its cover, but girl, shit. I definitely haven't been there because I haven't had a child with a man, but I've been in the sense of like just going through that and like just being like, yo, I really cannot do this to myself anymore. Like, you actually like, come on now. Like, do I love me or not?
Yeah. So
kudos to you, Queen, whatever is best for you and your family, and just praying for your peace and your healthy mental health and clarity, and being more present, because I find the more we are present, the more we're able to just see things for what they really are and really make an emotional like decision.
Word. I pray that your healing process brings you to the heart of the matter this time. Straight. Because I heard that statement, and like you do deserve to be a woman.
Period. So moving forward, I know all this going on, everything happening. Killa, you're doing a lot. I'm doing a lot. Amber Rose is going through a lot. Sleep is required. Right. Sleep is definitely, listen. And mind your business. Sleep is required. People want to know why you be looking good, why you looking fly, why the skin's good. Sleep is medicine as well for the body. It's scientifically proven. And nigga, you just know when you sleep, you feel so much better. Like you wake up anew, hopefully. But there are some times, or some people, or certain like times in our situation where like, yo, the sleep is just not hitting the way we want it to hit in the night. Like, goddamn, I need to slumber tonight. Like, I remember sometimes when I was working like 9 to 9, 13-hour days, and like I would be fucking tired. I'm talking like all on the TTC, almost miss my stop. My head would be bucking. Okay. But then when I get home, the sleep is not coming to me as fast, or like it's not as deep as I was feeling it when I was at work or on my way home, and the whole time being like, yo, I cannot wait to go home and sleep. Have you ever had anything like that, Killa?
For sure. That's basically just like falling into the sleep, and then you can't get it back because you got that little bit of rest, like a power nap.
Jeez.
The worst.
So Killa and I wanted to discuss this week is best ways to kind of like improve your nighttime routine to hopefully get you into like a deeper sleep, or a more relaxed sleep, or a more just healing sleep. I like that. And a nice healing sleep, because to me, sleep is a form of healing, to be very honest. So I was searching around through like just a bunch of different resources, things that I've actually tried. And I just kind of want to like bounce them off of you, Killa, and definitely like, let me know what you think. If you tried it, we can kind of just take it through that way. So one thing that I found has worked for me over time, or just and times when I really was like, yo, you need to rest, or like my brain just felt a little bit scattered, was trying to limit stimulation, or how I stimulate myself about 30 minutes to an hour before I actually know I'm going to go to sleep.
Or, so does that mean like removing devices, putting your phone on airplane?
Well, a lot of internet sources, they did say that, but that shit gives me anxiety. So what I try to do is, if I am on my laptop or my computer, I'm not necessarily looking at stuff that I'd be looking at when I wake up at like 6 and stuff in the morning when I'm like learning shit. Or if I'm going to listen to music, I don't, to be honest, listen to music with words or songs that I necessarily know the words. I listen to like instrumental jazz or like quiet sounds. As well, I will turn all my brightness down on my devices. Like, and I've definitely seen a lot of people discuss that, where it's just like having that brightness up, you're pretty much telling your body and your eyes that it's like daytime.
Right.
So have you tried anything like that before? I just find like, if you're gonna play like Call of Duty or something, and then be like, I'm gonna go to sleep now, that's why you're like having a nightmare or possibly seeing certain stuff in your sleep, because that's literally what you were doing or consuming right before.
But also like Call of Duty is one of those things, like you wouldn't be able to go to sleep if you had a time frame after like doing Call of Duty. You would know better to like shut that off like 3 hours before, because that's like state of readiness that niggas have to go into to deal with Call of Duty. Like that's my
facts.
I also feel like people who do Call of Duty, like they do it till they can't do it anymore and they have to pass out and take that half an hour nap, and they're getting back up to like play Call of Duty.
It's a lifestyle for
like some addiction that just fucks up your sleep.
I've
never turning down the atmosphere before I go to my bed. I've never really done it. There are other time guidelines that I've adhered to in the past or from time to time, but they're more so about eating. Like I try not to eat 3 hours before. No, also like nothing media is in my bedroom except for my computer. Everything else is in the living room. So like I actually have to leave my bedroom to go watch TV and do all that kind of stuff. And the kitchen and the living room are like right beside each other. So it's like when I'm done living, I get up off the couch and then go into my room. So that's like, it's that separation is a whole different space. It's like my body does get to have those cues that it needs to like.
And I love that.
Fuck down.
Because I know some people that will even like don't even have their cellular device. Like, I'm not even talking to you about cell phones, Killa. You're like a whole different breed. But for those of us,
no devices, no cell phone. It's on the other side of the apartment.
Right? Like they keep it out of the room. And I'm like, I always am fearful that like the night or the time I decide to like put it on do not disturb or something, that's when someone like links me and something actually happened. And I unfortunately have been able to break myself of that, because I'm a very light sleeper. Like I can be in a deep sleep, but I can also like hear what's happening. Kind of like spy sleeping. Not as good as a spy, you know, where they're just deep sleeping. All of a sudden they just wake up with the strap, like not at that level, but you know. So another point that we had here that I kind of try in and out depending on what's happening is sleeping scents. So sleeping scents or like diffuser or humidifiers or like a mixture of all three, which is me, but it's up to you, right? But like there's some stuff where you could get like deep sleep scents or sprays, and like you can spray your pillow, you can spray like the air probably about like 5 minutes or so before like you go into your room where you're sleeping. And like those scents, hopefully the ones that I use, I make sure to buy like fully vegan, like all natural, because that's something you're literally like breathing and seeping into your skin like a whole rest of hours. So I'm mindful about, you know, that. But yeah, that is something a lot of people, including myself, I will vouch to say that's something that definitely has helped me have like a smoother, deeper sleep. My favorite top scent I'm not gonna say the company because they're not Black owned, and they're not paying us for ads, but the scent note that they do have is frankincense and lavender. And
Okay.
I'll know the two together. I just wake up like,
Yeah,
what happened?
that would be a really good blend. The two of those together.
So relaxing. And diffusers, because as I've shared, you know, Killa and I, we live in our apartment, so the air at times can be very dry. You have to be mindful of the air. So a diffuser and humidifier are definitely things I have invested in. And I will even tip a little bit of like eucalyptus or peppermint, depending on how I'm feeling the night, because I'm extra like that. And I'll tip it a little bit into the water because you don't want to like put too much oil in your diffuser, else it will clog it. I forgot the word for that. But yeah, and I'll have that running throughout the night. So as well, I'm able to breathe just clean and clear throughout the whole night, and not, it also reduces that feeling. I posted that meme, like you wake up 3 a.m. in the morning and you just with the water, like it reduces that for me.
Yeah.
Have you tried like, yeah,
your skin would have more moisture in the air to like suck on its own without you having to like suck down water. Because I work with essential oil so much, I think I don't utilize diffusers like I really should. But as you were talking about your blends, I'm like, yes, add some like thyme to that eucalyptus, and then add some cypress, and that could almost be like Vicks.
Even that, I've definitely, like, before I even knew about sleep scents, I used to take the Vicks and literally put it at the tip of the humidifier so that when it blows out, it can still blow out some of the Vicks, but it doesn't really like melt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done some weird shit.
Cool. Yeah, no, you try to take. You gotta try to take that.
Hey, it was working for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so that is definitely something as well. And I feel like as well, I'm a person that I experience allergies. So those of you, if you like ever experience allergies stuff, that really helps as well, because, you know, with depending on what you're allergic to, but like for me, I have super sensitive skin, dust, pollen, like little things just have you, you know, you wake up. I find it also reduces like the amount of mucus.
Word.
But that's something part of my nighttime routine we can like save for another a Black girl nighttime routine. We could do that for another episode. But this is part of the nighttime routine, but this we want to specifically talk about sleep, because as entrepreneurs and just, you know, we're going through things, like we need to love ourselves, and that is a way I found like a good way for us to improve on the way we go down at the end of the day to rise up hopefully again, right? So another key thing, Killa, is the pillow game.
Word. There's levels to the pillow game. Sure.
How amped are you about like your pillow, and like how particular are you particular with your pillows? Like how are you with that?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not amped about my pillow until I have to lay down on it. And that's when I care. But shout outs to Angela, my mom, because she
big ups, Angela.
She came through with this pillow that like basically once you hit it, it just kind of molds to your head. Like if you flip it on one side, it's a cooling pillow, but when you flip it on the other side, it's a thermal pillow and stays like keeps you warm. Yeah, I'd be sweating all the time because I just leave it on the hot side and wrap up in some thermal blankets. But yeah, like whole different sleep, but like this area supported the way that it's supposed to be.
And that's the thing I never noticed. Before, I just sleep on the pillow. As long as the pillow is clean, it's all good. And then I was like, as you get older, you start learning about stuff. So I'm like, all right, bamboo pillows came in. So I definitely have a set of bamboo pillows because, as I said, some of that I experienced my allergies and stuff like that. It was super great for like breathing and whatever. As well, what I recently noticed, but I don't know if it was because of like the hairstyles I have or like the new vitamins that I'm taking, but like I am one of those people when I'm sleeping, I get hot. Yes, I still do sleep with a comforter during the summer, but I get hot. So I find sometimes in the night you could wake up like with a lot of sweat or my head just feels hot. So I realized I need to get a pillow that wouldn't make me feel so hot. So just going through the store and I was like, yo, they have like, it was like a whole pillow heaven. Like I wasn't crazy for thinking this. Like people really, there's a whole pillow game. So I definitely have a pillow that caters towards like cooling. So, people will be like cooling or cool like the other side of the pillow. My pillow definitely like is cool no matter what side I flip it on. And I'm able to just melt in and have a great time with that. And my head never feels like I never have to fold it. I love a lot of pillows. Sorry. I love a lot of pillows. So like, yeah. But that pillow is a sleep pillow. Like all y'all can go to the side.
You say bamboo and I'm like, yes, I need to get some bamboo pillows and like even pillowcases.
And you can wash them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's what I love about them too. So another thing, and I shouldn't have to say this, but for some, I feel like I need to anyways, clean sheets, clean soft sheets. I'm not going to tell you about the counts and all that because to each their own. I prefer, my hand count shit, real soft, subtle, with a little hint of polyester. But clean sheets. You ever find when you do your laundry and you finally put on those sheets and you realize that sleep that night was super hidden? Let me tell you why. It's because you had them clean sheets.
100%.
Pillowcase. I changed that because I'm a drooler. TMI. But I'm a drooler. So I need to change that bitch at least once or twice every 2 weeks. Because that is very important. Your skin is literally sitting on that shit for how many hours? If you think about it like that, you would do yourself better and get you some clean pillowcases. You need a clean sheet. I'm of the liking of bathing before I go to my bed. So
depends. That's a depends situation. You never really know. I don't know. Yeah, clean sheets is definitely a big one. I am mostly also about the clean sheets, but removing all devices. They do have to leave, like those LED lights. I remember editing and I was editing for like a month straight and I had 2 iPads in my bed at any given time. I've never been so tired in my life. Like I actually had to take them out and recuperate after that month because I wasn't sleeping, even though I was going to sleep.
Legit.
So that's a major one for me. It's just like all devices away from my head when I'm sleeping.
So this one isn't so common, but like it is an option. And honestly, I've worked with children before and I do find a lot of kids, this works well with getting them to sleep is like white noise or sound machine of some sort. As I said, I like will literally play like jazz very, very low and it'll be like instrumental jazz, like sax jazz or something. But like you have machines, your nature sounds, or it sounds like you're in the Amazon, like that does work for a lot of people that sometimes have trouble with sleeping at night. Have you ever tried anything like that?
Like Quiet Storm or something on my like radio, yeah.
No.
You can do a little bit of that. Have you heard of melatonin?
No, what is?
Melatonin is something that you can get at pretty much any pharmacy. You might all be able to get it at health food stores. And it's something that you're supposed to be able to, it's like a mineral, almost like a magnesium or something like that. And you're supposed to be able to take it before you go to your bed. And it's supposed to help you sleep naturally.
Dope.
Yeah. I just found it because most people would think that they have to do like the Xanax and all that kind of stuff. It's like there are some natural
versions.
Yeah.
All right. Another one we kind of mentioned already, but for me, I love a shower. I shower like 2-3 times a day. So a nighttime shower is definitely required for me, or else I literally will be tossing and turning in the bed. Like I cannot, like it's so annoying for me. Like I may have tried like a drunken night to be like whatever, but drunkenly I have to risk my life going to the shower and be because like my body just feels like it's like I could feel the outside on me, or I could feel whatever was on me, and I'm like, I need it off. I need to like, yeah. So relaxing bath or shower.
I think every Jamaican is just like, yes. I'm just like, whatever. Fried plantain, please.
No, I'm like seeing that, like the way you said was so funny, because it's like I can really hear every Jamaican like listening to this when we drop it, and they're like, yes, yo, tell them. Like, Killa.
You see it.
All right, I promise almost done. Last two. Another helpful tip is, I know we kind of already talked about scents, but candles. Candles, like there's something about a certain scent of a candle. I'm not telling you to button down your house, leave it like running all night. It's up to you, but yo, baby, a proper candle will have you just, will just, okay? So invest in you a candle. Dollarama has been stepping up their game like A1 in this candle market, and as well Dollar Tree. So don't sleep on them. They're smaller. They don't last you as long. You know, I'm just, you know, there's a candle for every price point. But if you're, you know, Dollarama and Dollar Tree, and I will say them actively because throughout this pandemic, when you couldn't go nowhere, those were the mans that definitely held us down. So I will not leave them out now that the other spots are open again. So
I agree. Shout outs to Dollarama and Dollar Tree. Thanks for holding the nigga down. Even though you didn't mean to, who cares? You provided.
Provided.
Things.
Capital P.
Okay. Cheers to you.
Cheers. Cheers to you. So my last tip that I was just finding through my research, I'm not no professional. These are just things that Killa and I have possibly tried, or things that I was researching, and I was like, okay, this is something a lot of people were saying, is water. Okay, have a cup, a glass, something of water before you go to your bed. Now, I'm gonna be honest and being like, yo, that shit is mad annoying for me, fam, because as soon as any water gets into me, I have to be going to the washroom. But trust and believe, water before you go to your bed, even if you forgot all day, it's medicine, bruh. Because you are giving your body just an extra push of a cleanse of something to just, with your intestines and you're sleeping and your body's healing and doing everything you don't know what it does while you're sleeping to get you right to wake up for the next day. Something when that water hits that chemistry, baby, your stool is better in the morning. Everything is good to go.
Hydrate those organs, man. It works. And you know, if you can, make it alkaline. Like get that for real.
That part. My filter ran out for my alkaline water thing. So what I had to do until it comes in from Amazon is buy up some lime and cut that and put that in my water, alkaline. So guys, don't like, you know, feel pressure for it. It's as simple as that, you know? So yeah. I want you all to have a better sleep. When I have a better sleep, I'm so much of a better human to deal with. My skin is more glowy. My edges look longer every time I wake up. I feel better. As I said, I'm able to just clear out. To be honest, personally for me, if there's something on my mind or like work or something that like I was kind of thinking of, I kind of glaze it over before I go to bed. And somehow I find like my thoughts just work it out. And when I wake up, I know what to do, or like, I know how I want to put it, or like how to do it. So, you know, or sometimes even with our episodes, Killa, like where I've been like kind of like stuck on trying to figure out what to call the episode, I'll just go to sleep. Like everything will be edited. I'll just go to sleep and I'll wake up. And it's like you will come to me like a hologram, and it will be like a sliver of something you said. And I'll be like, that's it. That's the name of it. Like it just comes.
That's dope.
So I'm an advocate of sleep. We're advocates of sleep. Sleep. But I want you to sleep well.
Right.
It's a form of meditation.
It can definitely be, but it's definitely was created to restore and to regenerate. Like your cells regenerate when you sleep. Like it's a whole thing, a whole situation.
Restore and regenerate.
You know, you get in that REM sleep. You learn how to lucid dream, do all that good stuff.
Love it. Love it. So I want to wish you guys an amazing week. Looking forward to speaking with you guys next week. Thank you for hanging out with us and talking about all these things, letting us know what you think. You remember, you can email us at eatfruitpod@gmail.com. Scammers, stop emailing us. I don't care. If you are offering to get me verified, why aren't you verified? Stop emailing us.
Thanks for emailing, I guess. Thanks for coming.
All right. Please continue to leave us. If you're listening to us right now, audio, please leave us a review. The reviews really help us and let us know what we're doing, where we're going, engaging us up on those charts. So leave us a review. Let us know how we're doing. Apple, Spotify. Thank you for supporting the playlist. Shout out to Killa's outfit today. She has me in the clouds. Shout outs to Do-Rag Activity, because popping. Shout outs to us winning today with the red lippy, but you know, dark skin, light skin.
Hey. Look like Michael Jackson. Dark skin, red, look like Michael Jackson. Got a light skin, red, look like Michael Jackson. Shorty knew she was a player, but you game up. I would get this name up. Well.